The Philadelphia Eagles have been on a roller coaster ride this season, and the intensity is far from tapering off. Each week brings a new set of challenges. And as the playoffs approach, every matchup has amplified significance. The recent news about Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter making their return has sparked a debate among fans. Some argue that the team should prioritize rest for these key players, claiming the current position in the standings allows for a cautious approach. On the surface, that logic makes sense. Protecting cornerstone athletes before the postseason is a common strategy. However, the bigger picture tells a different story. With victories for both the Bears and Panthers shaking up the playoff landscape, the Eagles cannot afford complacency. The Panthers' recent performance against elite teams, such as their win over Tampa Bay, has shown that any slip-up could shift the seeding. Maintaining momentum and securing the third seed while leaving room to climb to the second has become a delicate balancing act. This is more than just a question of rest. It is about sustaining the competitive edge, measuring readiness, and ensuring that both offense and defense are firing at peak levels as the team heads into critical games. Facing a powerhouse like the Bills offers a perfect opportunity to test the squad's limits and prepare for the postseason intensity. Leadership has also been under the microscope, and Jalen Hurts has stepped up in remarkable fashion recently after a tense confrontation involving Tyler Steen and several Washington Commanders players. Hurts demonstrated the depth of his leadership. The narrative painted by outside observers often suggests he lacks communication skills, but anyone watching the field closely knows otherwise. Hurts actively diffused the situation, steering teammates away from conflict while maintaining control over emotions on both sides. He did not need to make a scene or deliver a dramatic speech. His influence was subtle yet impactful, showing a command over the locker room that goes far beyond flashy displays. Observing his interactions with teammates during heated moments, it is clear that Hurts earns respect naturally. His approach emphasizes steady guidance, maintaining focus, and fostering trust. And that trust is built week after week through consistent performance and accountability. It is this type of measured, on-field leadership that defines the Eagles' season and positions them for success as they prepare for the postseason gauntlet. While Hurts anchors the leadership on offense, Jordan Davis has quietly emerged as a defensive force each week. Davis showcases a blend of raw power, precision, and football intelligence that elevates the performance of the entire defensive line. Against Washington, he delivered arguably his strongest game to date, dominating the line of scrimmage, controlling gaps, and making decisive tackles. His presence disrupts offensive schemes, forcing opponents to hesitate, adjust timing, and rethink strategy. Davis does not just meet expectations, he reshapes the dynamic of the game. Through consistent, game-altering plays, his ability to sustain intensity late in the season, especially in pass-rushing scenarios, sets him apart from many of his peers. Watching Davis develop from a promising rookie into a dominant presence on the field highlights not only his personal growth, but also the strategic foresight of the Eagles organization. He is rapidly becoming an integral piece of this team's identity, one whose contributions may define the defensive standard for years to come. Strategic management of player health has also played a pivotal role this season. Nico Dean's minor hamstring issue, while seemingly concerning at first glance, has been handled with a forward-thinking approach by prioritizing long-term readiness over immediate action. The coaching staff ensures that when critical matchups arrive, Dean can perform at peak capacity. Meanwhile, younger talents like Hy Campbell have risen to the occasion, demonstrating growth in both skill and composure, particularly in run defense. The Eagles' depth has become one of their strongest assets as injuries impact key contributors. The team's ability to integrate developing players and maintain a high level of performance illustrates not only tactical intelligence, but also a culture of preparedness. These calculated decisions about rotation, rest, and in-game responsibility highlight a team that is thinking ahead, preparing meticulously for the challenges of playoff football. The upcoming games against elite competition, particularly the Bills, offer a window into how fully the Eagles are prepared. This is not merely a standard contest. It is a litmus test for resilience, cohesion, and mental toughness. Can the offense replicate the efficiency displayed against the Raiders and Commanders? Will the defense execute with discipline against a multifaceted offensive scheme? Every player on the field will be scrutinized not only for individual talent, but also for chemistry, awareness, and adaptability under pressure. Games like these expose the character of a team, and reveal whether the squad can elevate its performance when it matters most. Watching leaders like Hurts and Davis navigate high-pressure situations, orchestrating actions and setting the tone for teammates, is a testament to the maturity and preparation embedded within this roster. It is this combination of talent, leadership, and strategic acumen that positions the Eagles as a team to watch heading into the postseason. Beyond individual performances, the Eagles' approach underscores the importance of balance while injuries are inevitable. The roster has demonstrated an ability to absorb these challenges without losing efficacy. Strategic rotations and selective rest, particularly for players like Dean, exemplify a forward-looking approach aimed at maximizing playoff potential. Concurrently, emerging talents are being tested in high-stakes moments, showcasing their readiness and contributing to a team-wide resilience. This multi-layered approach ensures that no matter the circumstances, the Eagles maintain cohesion, intensity, and strategic focus, essential traits when the margin for error is minimal. Every player's contribution becomes magnified, and the interplay between seasoned veterans and rising stars creates a dynamic that is both resilient and adaptable. The on-field dynamics are mirrored by an equally important off-field. Culture, accountability, and leadership extend beyond individual performance, encompassing how players interact, communicate, and elevate one another. The Eagles' locker room reflects a culture of mutual respect, composure, and emotional intelligence. Hurts' management of tense situations, Davis' relentless focus, and the development of younger contributors like Campbell all highlight a team that is not only physically talented but also mentally disciplined in the high-stakes environment of professional football. This combination of skill, strategy, and emotional intelligence is what separates true contenders from the rest of the league. Every practice, every huddle, and every pre-game preparation reinforces this ethos, creating a foundation that translates directly into execution under pressure. This season, the Eagles have showcased a rare blend of consistency, intelligence, and leadership at every level. The impact of players like Jordan Davis reaches far beyond statistics. His mere presence alters opposing strategies and influences the pace and flow of games. Paired with Hurts' steady guidance and situational awareness, the team operates on multiple planes simultaneously, balancing tactical execution with emotional control, managing minor injuries, rotating key players, and integrating emerging talent. Reflects a meticulous approach to preparation, ensuring that the team remains at peak performance when stakes are highest. The interplay of leadership, strategic depth, and emerging star power paints a clear picture. The Eagles are no longer a team reliant on flashes of brilliance. They are a unit defined by preparation, resilience, and championship potential. As the season pushes forward, the Eagles' journey is increasingly defined by the synergy between experience and emerging talent. Each matchup offers new lessons and opportunities, and the coaching staff has shown a keen ability to adapt strategies on the fly, molding the roster to meet challenges both expected and unforeseen. The return of key veterans has not only bolstered the team's performance, but has also provided invaluable mentorship for younger players stepping into more prominent roles. Lane Johnson's presence on the offensive line, for instance, anchors protection schemes and opens up lanes for the running game, creating opportunities that ripple throughout the offense. Meanwhile, Jalen Carter's contributions on defense add both depth and versatility, allowing the Eagles to execute complex formations and respond dynamically to the threats posed by elite opponents. This duality of experience and youthful vigor defines the current phase of the season, creating a balance that is difficult for rivals to anticipate or counter. Jalen Hurts continues to exemplify leadership in ways that go beyond the stat sheet. Every snap, every read, and every audible demonstrates not only his physical skill but also a cerebral approach to the game. He is constantly scanning defenses, anticipating pressure, and adjusting the offense in real time, a skill set that elevates those around him. But perhaps more impressive is his ability to maintain composure under intense scrutiny. The quarterback position often comes with heightened media attention and fan expectation, yet Hurts consistently directs focus inward, channeling energy into preparation, communication, and execution. The impact of his leadership resonates throughout the locker room, fostering a culture where accountability is both expected and earned. Young players, in particular, benefit from observing how he manages adversity and maintains clarity, providing a living example of how high-level performance is inseparable from mental discipline and emotional intelligence. The defensive line has also become a cornerstone of the Eagles' identity, with Jordan Davis leading the charge. His evolution from promising talent to dominant force has redefined what opponents must consider. When game planning against Philadelphia, Davis' ability to control gaps, disrupt blocking schemes, and apply consistent pressure has a cascading effect across the defense. It forces quarterbacks into hurried decisions, running backs to adjust their timing, and offensive lines to expend extra effort just to maintain their initial assignments. Week after week, his performance has showcased a combination of power, technique, and awareness that few players can match. Beyond his individual impact, Davis' presence amplifies the effectiveness of the entire defensive unit, creating opportunities for teammates to make decisive plays and maintain a high level of intensity. Throughout the game, the psychological edge he brings to the field cannot be understated, as opponents must account for him on nearly every snap, which alters their game plan in subtle but critical ways. Strategic player management has remained a recurring theme, particularly when balancing short-term gains with long-term objectives. Nico Dean's careful handling demonstrates a philosophy that extends beyond the immediate schedule. Resting him selectively preserves his physical peak for crucial playoff matchups while simultaneously giving younger contributors like Hy Campbell a platform to showcase readiness. Campbell's growth has been one of the season's quieter narratives as he demonstrates adaptability, awareness, and the ability to execute under pressure. His increasing confidence, paired with consistent coaching and in-game experience, is turning him into a reliable component of the Eagles' defensive scheme. This blend of seasoned veterans and rising stars ensures that the team maintains both continuity and flexibility, a combination that becomes invaluable when the postseason demands maximum performance from every contributor. On the offensive side, the Eagles have cultivated a unit capable of executing with precision under varying levels of pressure. Hurts' decision-making and field vision allow the team to maintain rhythm even against aggressive defenses. The offensive line, anchored by Johnson, provides both protection and opportunities for creative playmaking, while skill position players are able to exploit openings created through strategic coordination and timing. Every play reflects not only physical execution, but also a high level of preparation and cohesion, highlighting how deeply the team understands its own strengths and weaknesses. The interplay between planning and execution is a hallmark of teams capable of sustaining success at the highest level, and the Eagles are increasingly demonstrating that they belong in that category. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Breaking news is buzzing through the NFL rumor mill, and it's shaking the foundations of one of the league's most intriguing teams. Sources claim the Philadelphia Eagles are cooking a massive move that could redefine their roster and quarterback landscape, and the league didn't see it coming. At the heart of this potential shakeup is none other than Jordan Love, a young quarterback whose talent has been quietly rising in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to step into the spotlight. The whispers around the league suggest the Eagles are positioning themselves for a strategic gamble. Love, who has shown flashes of brilliance in limited appearances, could be the missing piece to a puzzle the Eagles have been trying to solve for years, balancing an explosive offense with a quarterback who can evolve into a long-term franchise cornerstone. While Philadelphia has enjoyed consistent success with its current setup, insiders hint that management is eyeing a more dynamic future, one that could pivot around Love's athleticism and deep ball potential. What's fueling this speculation is the sense of timing. The Eagles have always been aggressive in the offseason, and a move of this magnitude wouldn't be out of character. League insiders are pointing to subtle signals in team meetings, private workouts, and internal chatter that suggest a deal of substantial size could be in the works. Fans are already buzzing on social media, with some predicting Love could step in sooner than expected, while others debate how this move could impact the team's offensive strategy and locker room dynamics. Of course, nothing is confirmed, and the NFL landscape is notoriously unpredictable. But if Philadelphia does pull off a maneuver involving Jordan Love, it would rank among the most talked about speculative moves in recent years. Analysts are already weighing the potential implications. How would this affect the Eagles' draft plans? Could Love's arrival signal a shift in offensive philosophy? And what message would this send to the rest of the league about Philadelphia's willingness to take risks? One thing is clear, the rumor mill isn't slowing down, and the Eagles fans are holding their breath. Should this deal materialize, the NFL could be on the verge of witnessing a bold, headline-grabbing gamble that might pay off for years to come. For now, it's all speculation. But the excitement, intrigue, and suspense are very real. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.